Hello again, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Weed and Wrestling Podcast. I am your host, Rebel Professor Ryan Bartonlash, the eccentric Enigma, and with my co-host, Laniya Huzzah. And we got a Monday Night Raw that we got to review here. It is
The
April
night
24th.
after.
Yep, it is the Raw after Wrestle Mania, and got a good bit to cover here. Which since we're doing these a little later than usual, this is I just looking at the notes again. It's a lot more filled of card than I remembered. There's a lot that happens up on the show, and so we will start out with John Cena's promo. I didn't take a whole lot of notes on this promo because I didn't like it.
I mean,
I
nope.
I gave the promo a 1 and Randy Orton's RKO a 10.
Basically. The promo was underwhelming, in lieu of a better word.
Okay.
I just want the whole storyline to finish up with him. He is as adventurous as he's always been. You know, and for a quick second, when he first came back, I was like, maybe this will be different. Maybe I'll actually like him. No, I always dislike Cena, and I will always dislike Cena from what we've seen with this whole debacle, shit show of the title run for him. He's not a good heel. He wasn't a good face either, to me, in my opinion, but he's not a good heel. And he walks like an old dad. Like, okay, get surgery or something, bro. Is it like a lumbar issue that you're having?
Yeah.
Everyone's like, it's a gangster walk. It's a whole bunch of mixed reviews of what he walks, but he really looks like an old guy that needs help. Just support lumbar issues. And that's how I felt. He's walking around talking the whole time, just thinking, I think he really needs a cane. He needs some sort of mobility device to help support his walk at this point. His gait isn't right.
Mm-hmm.
Massage therapist to me.
The thing is that in Elimination Chamber, he was actually quite mobile.
He was.
And then the match that he had with Cody, he legit walked out of the ring 3 times.
Yeah, I think they're telling him, someone's telling him that's a good look to do that. He obviously is walking that way for a reason, you know?
Yeah.
But again, just looks like an old guy who needs help with mobility. He has a messed up range of motion or something. That's all I'm getting from him.
Yeah.
And the promo really was lackluster and underwhelming, like I said, but his horrible walk just superseded everything to me. I was just like, does he need help? Does he need a cane? I feel concerned now. Like, I'm genuinely concerned about this man. And that's how I felt about that entire thing. And RKO, yes, best part.
Yeah. He has 27 more appearances.
The counting down, it's like, so?
Which I think is just far too many.
Definitely is far too many. Absolutely. Absolutely too many. We've gone too far. He's let him go too far. This whole run should have been altogether 5 shows. But here we are now.
Yep. We're here now. Got to deal with it. And we'll see where it goes from here. But next we got Becky Lynch and Lyra Valkyria versus Raquel Rodriguez and Liv Morgan for the tag team titles.
Oh, yes. This is a good one, I felt.
Yeah, really cool, dirty, quick start from Liv. She did a drop kick, and then there was a kick out. And Beck fights back. Lyra tags in. double arm toss, and then we get some corner slam kicks, and then there was a really cool counter crossbody, and then a double baseball slide, and then we go to an ab break, and then we come back. She's like hanging on her shoulders there, and Lyra gets off and does an izagiri, which that izagiri of hers, the one looks really good, and two, she uses it a lot, and I'm fine with that. And then we get a hot tag to Becky, and then there's pop-up kicks to both, and then an exploder, and then we get manhandle slam counter, and then there's roll-up, and then the Oblivion gets countered with manhandle slam, and then Raquel pulls her out from getting pinned. Then we get the spin powerbomb by Liv. That was really cool when they were hooked up in the corner. In fact, as I say it, it's coming up on my screen right now. She like springs herself while they're in the corner, and then springs herself up and over to get her into a powerbomb position. It was really cool. Liv's great. Then
she's tough, and I love it.
yeah, and then we get Hurricane Rana counter with power bomb from the top, and then there's another kick out, and this is awesome chance start in the crowd, and then there's a cool counter with a drop kick, and then we get the tornado DDT, then we get the Nightwing delivered, and then there's another pull out. Then we get these flying boots from Lyra, just doing stuff like she's a bird, that she is. And then we get a big boot, and there's another kick out. And then we get a really cool backbreaker from Raquel. And then Lyra comes back with an Izguri, and then the Nightwing stops. And once the Nightwing stopped, we get the Oblivion finish, and Liv and Raquel win. They are now 4-time women's tag team champions. They were already number one with 3. Now they have 4.
I mean, I feel really weird calling Becky Lynch the man with Raquel Rodriguez right there. No shade intended. I just had to get that out. I was obviously watching it by myself, and I was just like, so I'm sitting by myself, like, so we're just gonna not talk about this at all, Laniya. And so I wrote it down actually. So like, somebody needs to talk about this. It's gonna be you to yourself. Anyway, the storyline, I didn't really get it, but I like the way it flowed. It looked kind of botchy at certain points from certain people. I'm not gonna say it because their outfit was really nice. We all know what I'm talking about. But altogether, I think it was pretty clean. You know, like as a whole, you know, averaging everything out. The twist with Becky Lynch actually did shock me. I was like, oh no,
Yeah.
the bird.
Yeah, Becky, right after the match attacks Lyra,
And they did it
clothesline her,
very well.
and then gives her 3 manhandle slams.
Yeah, that was the man manhandled her very well.
Yeah.
But again, feels so weird talking about Becky Lynch in terms of man when Rodriguez just left the ring. Anyway, all in all, I think it was pretty good. It was a good start coming back, for Wrestle Mania. We had Becky Lynch right there. That was great. We're not gonna talk about how she's wearing like the same clothes for like 3 different days, but anyway.
Yeah, I liked the match. I gave it a 7.5.
I also gave it 7.5.
Yeah. Yeah, especially with the drama at the end there.
That definitely made it for me. It was like, oh, House of Pearls, let's watch harder.
Yeah,
Like,
especially because Becky was acting so chill in the press conference the night before.
yeah.
She was acting
Same
real chill, and I thought, like, okay, so that's going to be a heel, and Becky's going to be cool, and nah, I guess Becky's hopping on the heel train, too.
What have we been saying? Everybody's a heel.
Yeah.
Everybody and the man's a heel now. It's just...
Yeah.
Okay. If that's what we're doing, that's what's been done.
Yep, yep. And then we get an interesting spot here. Starts out with a New Day promo, which they just gloat about them being the most tag team champions, and thank God for the New Day. And then the Alpha Babes interrupt, which I really think instead of calling them Alpha Academy, they should just straight up call themselves the Alpha Babes.
Yeah, I would love it. Like, I think they should be called Alpha Babes, and I think Otis deserves the title.
Yep. And they come out, but then we get the most surprise interruption from Rusev. And Rusev comes out and he handles the fuck out of everybody.
Yeah, the way he made Otis pass out, that was a shocker. Like, they did it very well. They've been really building up Otis's strength for quite some time, so it's great to put that in right now.
Yeah.
Um, uh, and it's also great to see all these things right after WrestleMania. It's like, oh, they're keeping the momentum up. I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. Just right into it.
Yeah. A really great spot for Rusev. New Day's promo, I did part of it. I didn't really care about. But Rusev coming out, he was a part of a time when I wasn't watching, and but I have seen his work since then. I watched him a little bit in AEW, and that man knows how to wrestle. He sure knows how to
He
wrestle.
definitely does. He definitely does. He's very skilled, and he keeps you definitely engaged as a person in the crowd. So
Yeah, I'm all about Rusev Day, and he does a great little vignette promo that we'll talk about on our next reviews. There, that really sets him up. It's really good. So I gave Rusev's attack an 8 and New Day
really,
promo 4.
that's funny. I gave it an 8. I put it together though, because to me it flowed. It flowed very nicely together. You
Yeah,
couldn't
I
have to
guess you don't have the one part without the other, so give it a
Yeah.
normal 8.
So they all got 8 from me.
Yep. Then we got Judgment Day problem. I said problem. We do
Judgment Day
have a
is the
Judgment Day problem. Yeah, Judgment Day got Finn coming in and basically, hinted at, that he's bullshitting about how happy he is for Dom. And I had a feeling that with him going up against Penta later that night, that Finn was gonna do something to interrupt it, but we'll talk about it when it gets to that match.
Yeah, yeah. I'm like, but we can't talk about that because it's not yet. So
Yep. But as usual, Judgment Day promo, just useless as ever. Then we get Io Sky promo. And she just comes out and she talks her shit. Women's
in the
world
same clothes.
champion. She deserves it. And just all around, just a memorable pro, because that's the most English, I think, in any promo that she's really spoken. Too.
No, definitely has been. I'm gonna need WWE to keep the illusion as a separate day to make them change their damn clothes though, because of course I was looking at their clothes and I was just like, they can't even fake it like it's a different day. Come on, like now we know it's beforehand. Like,
Well, there's a reason why she's wearing what she's wearing, though. And that's because the wonderful Stephanie Vaquer, the NXT Women's Champion, comes out, and she says that she wants to fight the best of the best, and she wants to fight with Io, and Io accepts, and so Stephanie Vaquer, this is a great spot to promote her up at, because she is like a somewhat Spanish equivalent to Io, to where it's like, I can technical wrestle too. I can do all the same stuff that you can do too. I got some of my own tricks, and
Yeah.
I'm trying to make a name for myself. This is the kind of match that comes up that I wish Joe Hendry and Randy Orton had.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely.
Because this match was just chef's kiss of a match. We get the handshake, at the start. Gotta love that. And we get a good standard lockup, and then we get a little reversal fest going on to a drop kick and then a suicide dive. Get the crossbody from the bell area, and then we get a little ab break and big arm drag from the top, and then big missile drop kick from the top. Get a Meteora, and then we get a kick out. Then we get a dragon screw, which that thing looks like it hurts. And then
Yeah.
she does another Meteora and a kick out, and then we get a nice series of reversal exchanges to a stomp kick out, and then we get this like knee brace head slam that was really cool, and a kick out from that. Then there's a Hurricane Rana pump fake, and then a cover and a kick out. And then we get a great backbreaker and a kick out. Then we get a German suplex, two German suplex on each other. Then we get this amazing Spanish fly from the top. But then we get Roxanne Perez and Julia to come in and attack. And then Rhea Ripley comes in and helps out there, and has a little bit of a stare off with Io afterwards and tells her, I'm coming for that. But all in all, I gave that match an 8.
Yeah, I gave it 7.5. It was good. I loved it. The outfits were adorable. They all worked very well together. It wasn't seamless though. You could definitely tell the NXT children are coming up in the ranks. They need a little more, time. But it's good to see them on the big stage and working so well with each other and superstars mixed in.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah. I want to see more of Stephanie Vaquer.
I love her. I like her. I love her. The goth thing. I love goth everything. So
Yeah. She's got the look. I saw an interview with her too, like a 12-minute or so interview just about a week ago too, and she's got it all. She's got it all. She's someone that I'm excited for when she comes up onto the main roster and her and Io go at it again.
yeah, I think they're building up to something that's going to be very pleasurable for all.
Yeah, absolutely. Great match. Next we get Jey Uso's promo. I didn't take too many notes on it because the promo kind of does it itself, with Sammy coming out and congratulating him after he said what he needed to say, and then Jimmy came out too, and the Yeet Fest. It was great. I loved it. It was everything that Jay deserves.
Yeah, I loved it. I loved it. Something that I wanted to say, but I absolutely forgot. I don't know if I watched. I don't know. I watched it with someone else. I said it to someone while I was watching it, but there's a lot of stuff going on with the clothing that gets me. That I think they're doing purposely. Shifts in clothing. Oh, I said to you. That Sami Zayn's looks like he's wearing Seth Rollins' old clothes, and Seth Rollins is wearing Sami Zayn's clothes.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of shifts that's going on purposely with clothing to show attitude, and I hope it is because it'd be gorgeous if it was.
Well, I
But
mean,
that's
Seth Rollins on I don't think it was this night. It was the following week. He wears like a $13,000 fucking button-up top.
if this was the night that I wrote he was wearing the shades from Are You Afraid of the Dark, then no, okay. No.
Yeah, yeah. It's the
Yeah,
following week he wears that.
that's those shades night with that. Persian? It's Persian, right?
Yeah.
Persian, like handmade. It was gorgeous though.
Oh
People were like, it looks like a rug. I'm like, well, Persian rugs are gorgeous and expensive. I don't fuck tell you.
yeah.
But
I love this spot. I gave it a 10. It was the promo spot he needed. Um, Jay can do what he wants. He's just on top of the mountain right now.
and I think it really set Sami Zayn up for future things in a great way.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Next, we get an AJ Styles promo. Which my only note on it is ain't no bouncing back. From what happened to him, and then talked a little bit about carrying there, but thought the promo did what it needed to do, so I just gave it a 5.
Yeah, I'll go with that because I gave it nothing. I wrote a whole bunch of gibberish, and then I put I love the Hogan Fears Union sign, and that was my reaction to it. So there you go.
Fair enough. Yep. But then we get an ad break, and from when we come back from that ad break, we have one of the most unique spots and segments of the time, for
That's
sure.
good.
Yeah, we get Gunther, and they're coming back from ad break, and Gunther is talking shit at Michael Cole for talking shit about him, and gets up and after he gets up there, he tries to put a sleeper on Michael Cole, and then Pat McAfee hits Gunther.
And then he caught the sleeper.
And then he caught the sleeper.
Protecting Cole.
Yeah. Protecting Michael Cole.
So,
And Pat sells the fuck out of that sleeper, too.
the absolute fuck. Absolute fuck. He took that one cell and stretched that shit out for like 5 days also. He's amazing, and I don't like Pat McAfee like that, so.
Yeah. But it's a simple yet such a unique spot. I cannot recall a time like that where it would just come back from commercial and have something like that abrupt.
I mean, it's been a very long time since shit just keeps going on and popping off.
Yeah, I gave the spot a 10.
Definitely was. I mean, yeah. Hello. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
There's no one that would give it any less. If they did, I would like to ask them what exactly is wrong with them and what medication do they need, because that was absolutely perfection. Coming back from WrestleMania, that's going into will soon be Backlash, the type of like middle hype that we need, we want, we crave.
yeah,
How can we want anything else? Like,
yeah. Just amazing. Gunther is he is the king of the ring. He's the ring general. But really, that man is just brutal. He is just the king of brutality. Yeah, because he just knows how to be violent, and I love it. I love it.
I mean, I'm not against violence,
Yeah. But next up, we get Penta versus Dominic Mysterio for the Intercontinental title.
which is amazing.
Yeah. my first note on it is just great pace. Those first few minutes there was just great pacing between those two. Then we get a Hurricane Rana, and then he gets kicked, and then a suicide dive, and then Penta does his amazing senton that he does. And then we get an ad break, and then when we come back, he does this handstanding gut stomp. And then we get a counter driver to a kick out. And then there's a twister from the outside into a Mexican destroyer. And then Finn gets in, and then there's a Hurricane Rana to Finn Balor. And then good old JD McDonough pops out.
I feel like after he popped up, like everything went off the rails with this whole fucking match, and it would have been better without him. But here we are. Then there he was.
Yep. And then, Dominic comes in with the 619 Frog Splash for the finish, retains his title. I gave the match a 6.
Yeah, I gave it a 5.5 because it was so strong, and then it just broke down and it didn't recover. But I loved it. I love the match. Like I love the concept of the match, but it broke down and didn't recover. And I blame JD. Like I blame him.
Yeah, I probably would have given it a 5.52, but I gave that extra 0.5 in the fact of seeing JD McDonough back, because I really like JD McDonough.
Fuck him. He run the pacing of the whole match for me.
Yeah, I agree on that. But then we get an El Grande Americano vignette, and from there we get to the finish of the show, the Seth freaking Rollins promo. The woes at the end of the songs lead to a thank you, Seth, and then those lead to CM Punk chants, and then those lead to OCTC chants, and then those lead back to woe chants.
Yeah, I didn't know what was going on with that crowd, but I was like, at least they're cheering.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't know what they were doing. I don't know why. I don't even think they knew what they were doing.
Yeah. And then instead of doing his whole full I am a visionary, he just says, I'm a visionary, and I took the wise man from Roman Reigns, and I stole CM Punk's best friend. And I am the winner of the main event at Wrestle Mania.
Yep, and he was right.
Yep.
He was lying.
And then Punk comes out, wrapping his fist up. They fight. Punk puts his hands on Paul, and then there's an eye rake, and then stomp. And then We Want Roman chant starts, and Paul says, starting the story for WrestleMania 42 now. And Seth is the new number 1 top star. Then Roman Reigns comes out, and he spears Seth, and then a Superman punch to Paul. But then Braun Breaker spears the fuck out of Roman. And then he spears the fuck out of Punk. And then he's embraced by Seth. And
We're
then
entering
goes
the era of no variety. There's no variety. Everybody's a heel. Everybody does spears. Everybody does the same fucking moves. Like we're entering literally like, are they like testing how good are you doing the same exact thing? Because I see spears, so I feel like everybody now. Everybody's a heel that does a spear. That's just what's like.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Yep.
There's even women who do spears now. I'm
Yep.
just like, this just shows lack of variety. Like,
Yep. We get an uppercut from Roman to Braun, and that pisses Braun off, and then he just goes with a full speed spear into the timekeeper area. And Seth has him bring him into the ring, and Seth delivers a stomp to Punk, and then delivers one to Roman. And then they raise their arms in the air. But I gave the spot a 6.
I'm sick of seeing everybody do spears. I'm really not even joking anymore. It's like
It's kind of why I gave it a
everybody doing
6.
spears. Everybody's a heel.
Yep.
Why? Not everybody should do a spear. Not everybody looks good doing it. Not everybody pulls it off properly.
Yeah,
But okay,
they're
six indeed.
leaning too heavy on way too many bad guys right now, and everybody's in this kind of flux enigma state to where they could be a bad guy or a good guy at any turn, but that they're not leaving enough stakes for things to like question people's morality. And when they do, like like Cody not using the fucking title, it's stupid. Like, yeah,
Okay.
sure, be moral, but don't be so fucking moral that it's to your
Loser.
detriment.
Like what this is right now is Gotham after Batman dies. After Justice League is gone. That's what the WWE is right now.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
that's all.
Yep. But yeah, it wraps it up for the last day in Vegas for Wrestle Mania weekend, Monday Night Raw, April 21st there. Guys, like, subscribe, share. We need to start saying that at the beginning of the show. I need to include that in the intro.
Like, subscribe, and share.
Yeah. And yeah, please leave some comments. If you want us to talk about something, we'll talk about it. We'll
Tell
read it.
your friends about us. Ask me about my jewelry or something else.
Yeah,
Trip
she
it.
makes awesome jewelry and clothing and stuff.
All right. So we will definitely see you guys next time.
Absolutely. Until next time, thank you again.
Pray this. Bye.
Bye bye.